Hey, what's up YouTube? In this video, I'll be showing you how to make a modern Jollibee restaurant with a drive-thru. We also have a place to order food, a kitchen, storeroom, bathroom, a couple of dining areas as well, and much more, but not really, that's kind of it. This is the amount of space required to make your build. Here are all of the materials that we will use throughout the build. Please do make sure that you have access to all of those and enough of them as well. Begin by placing a smooth block of quartz on the ground, and then 2 black stained glass pane right of it. 1, 2. And then a grey concrete, 2 black glass pane, smooth quartz block, leave a gap of 1, place a glass pane, gap of 1, place a block of quartz, then place 2 glass pane going right, 1, 2, and then we want to place a grey concrete, extend it forwards, and then right by 3, 1, 2, 3, extend back by 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we want to place 4 smooth block of quartz, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 glass, 1, 2, 2 block of quartz, 1, 2, 2 glass, 1, 2, and then 3 block of quartz, 1, 2, 3. Now extending across the back of the build, we want to place 2 black glass, 1, 2, grey concrete, 2 black glass, block of quartz, black glass, gap of 1, black glass, place a smooth quartz block, gap of 1, smooth quartz, then extend the smooth quartz to the right by 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we want to extend forwards by placing 3 block of quartz, 1, 2, 3, 5 red concrete, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then a block of quartz, 2 glass, grey concrete, 2 glass. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is near enough the floor plan. It looks quite cool actually. I sort of like the outline of this particular build. And now that we've done this, we are going to go around the build, starting with where we, started. And we're going to extend this up and turn this into a nice modern looking building. So we're going to take the block of quartz here and extend it up by 3 blocks. 1, 2, 3. We can do a similar thing with the grey concrete. So 1, 2, 3. This is the entrance area. So we're also going to extend this up by 3, the 2 rows of block of quartz. However, we also want to extend up the glass by 1, and then I think that we're going to place an upside down row of smooth quartz stairs just across the top to signify that this is the entrance a little bit. And then we can just fill the top of this in with, whatever. I mean, a little bit of glass might not hurt, although we might not be able to see it because we'll probably be placing something in front of it. So maybe we'll go for a more sensible option like grey concrete or red concrete even. The grey concrete area to the right here wants to be extended up as high as pretty much everywhere else. So if you add 3 rows on top of it, it kind of puts it in line with the rest of the restaurant. When it comes to the sides, we want to do the same thing with the block of quartz like this. Raise up all of these smooth quartz areas by 3. And then we're going to connect them together at the top once they've been raised up. And then fill the windows in using black glass pane, like this. And I'm also going to just fill in underneath the windows, like so. And we can come to the back. So when it comes to the back, we can extend the block of quartz row here all the way from the top, all the way across. Join it down like this. And then we can just extend up the grey concrete that we have here. The white concretes, or rather the quartz, I guess they're sort of like white concretes, but not, they're similar. So raise up the grey concrete and the quartz. This is a little door, this little just one block wide section, so we can just add a block of quartz to the top here. Raise up the glass panes that we have, so that includes all of them really. Raise them up to the row of the block of quartz that we have, so like this. Then we're just going to come to the side here, and on the side, I mean, it's kind of a similar-ish sort of story really. I guess we can just extend the block of quartz across the top, and then we can join the grey concrete rows and the quartz. The red concrete is a little bit different all the way up, and we can extend the left and right red concretes up like this. Place glass pane on the inside here, so on the left and right, or maybe you can... It actually doesn't matter what configuration you do here, as long as there's like one row kind of like left open. It doesn't even have to be a row, it can just be like underneath. But we also want to place a row of red concrete extending outwards on the left and right sides here. Let's add some black stained glass pane here as well. We can extend this up. And I guess that we should have done this on the front as well. So on the front, it would have been easier for us to... Those are stairs, sir. It would have been easier to use block of quartz or smooth quartz to... What is going on? Extend across the top, just like this. And then what we can do is we can extend the glass up. We're going to have to go around all of the glass areas, by the way, I think, and kind of like replace underneath all of them with the smooth quartz. Feel free to use grey concrete or red concrete if you like as well, but smooth quartz, it just... Because the inside of the build, we're actually opting for a slightly darker material on the inside this time. For a floor material, I am using, I want to say light grey terracotta. I'm a bit bad with the names of terracotta, but I'm pretty sure it's the light grey one. And it'd benefit us having a nice solid white outline because it contrasts against it. So you can see we're cracking on nicely with the detailing here. I want to grab red concrete. So red concrete is going to be placed in a couple of different ways. So red concrete wants to be placed in the middle of this row of 4 grey concrete here, these 2 rows in the middle, except 1 row outwards like this. And the red concrete wants to extend up as high as the grey concrete. And we're going to join it back like this. I want to extend 1 row in front of the top of the red concrete like this, all the way over to the left, join it to the front corner of Jollibee, and then we're going to extend outwards 2 rows, so 1, 2, and we want to extend this all the way back, and it just about... Okay, so this is an easy way of doing it. So you can extend it back, and it just wants to... I want to make sure that this is correct. It wants to connect to the end of this little drive-through window, and then we're going to extend this window outwards by 1, 2, 3 rows like this. We might make it 4 so that it actually connects to the wall. 4 rows like this. Here we go. And originally, I did actually have some, like, I don't know what to call it, like ventilation holes. I don't know, kind of like in the top of this. So you might want to add those as well. I don't know why, it just looks like kind of like a giant pause button really, but it just looks kind of cool to have these rows of reds. It just makes it look a tad little bit more modern. And what we also want to do is we want to use some polished black stone wall. And it might be easier if we add this now. If you simply just add a row of smooth quartz block on the entire left side of the grid area. And then we can join at the corners of kind of like the little drive-through area here, this little overhang. You can connect it down to the wall using black stone wall. We also want a couple more rows of black stone wall. So in front of Jollibee, we're going to have... It's essentially just 3 rows of smooth stone, okay? So let's just dig this out. So in front of, and to the left of as well, there's actually 2. So 2 rows of smooth stone, because we need 3 rows to have a car. Most of my cars are 3 rows wide, so I'm quite happy just leaving most roads to be just 3 rows wide. If you have slightly bigger roads, then you're going to have to change the build a little bit, but not too much. Oh, by the way, on the corners of this area as well, I want to place a black carpet and then yellow carpet extending inwards in both directions. Why? Because I saw it when I googled one of the Jollibee restaurants, and I just liked the design of it. I think it was quite cool to just have like a little bit of carpet. It's not actually carpet in real life, it's like paint or tape or something, but it looks quite cool. And I want to extend this outwards as well on the right side. I also want to have like, you know, 2 rows of smooth stone extending backwards like this. And then we can fill in this little corner here. And I want to have the same thing, so that's why I'm making this. So a black carpet on the corners and yellow carpets extending kind of like outwards. It just looks sort of nice, really. And I want to fill in this area with red concrete, contemplating, although it so doesn't matter, I was contemplating adding red concrete above the windows, but I'd actually probably prefer the quartz. I almost called it white concrete, but the smooth quartz instead. So anyway, all of this was a roundabout way of us grabbing the polished black stone wall and placing it in 2 directions, or 2 positions rather. Leaving a gap of 1 from this red pillar here, black stone wall, and all the way over here on the left, leaving a gap of 1 from the carpet, black stone wall. And this will extend up, join through to the red concrete like this, and it will go 1 step further. So hang on, let me add a row of red concrete here, and then it will go 1 step further. I think that this is right. We'll have to have a look. Perfect. And then it will go up 1 row higher than that as well. As well, you know this row, this like red pillar that we have here, will also extend up 1 row further. So, now I think it's actually a good idea, despite the fact it's going to make things very, very dark. I'm going to grab the quartz bricks, and I'm going to fill in the entire top of Jollibee using quartz bricks. Do you have to use quartz bricks? No. But I wanted to. So, quartz bricks, nice texture, nice and white. It's actually slightly less white. I don't know whether it's an illusion because of the texture or what, but it looks less white than the smooth quartz, so it's ever so slightly different shade. It's got a texture to it, looks good as a ceiling, all around good guy, so we're making it the roof. And we can just extend it forwards, all the way like this, and this is an ideal time to do this because once we've done that, that is the actual ceiling. However, we have to make the secondary ceiling. So the secondary ceiling, we no longer need quartz bricks. The secondary ceiling is going to be made on top of the 4 corners of Jollibee. So this is going to sound a little bit weird, but the first corner is basically the quartz that we placed earlier. You know, just extended upwards by 2 rows, kind of like this. And then we want to extend upwards the grey concrete that we have here by 2 rows. And then we want to leave a gap of 2, so 1, 2, and then another 2 rows of grey concrete. And then a gap of 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2 rows of grey. Gap of 2, 2 rows of grey. And then actually, as a matter of fact, we might just extend the entire grey portion here outwards like this. So up, just by 2 rows, right? And then all along the back here, I kind of... So this is what I was thinking. I'm not sure if I like it, but I'll run it by you guys. So I was thinking we extend a row of block of quartz just up above Jollibee like this. And then I was thinking about adding glass to it. So also, we can also extend a row of quartz. Now that we've got all of the grey concrete out of the way, we can extend a row of quartz kind of like this. And then the idea would be to place in between these windows glass, right? And I don't know whether it's a bit boring to do this on these sides. The issue that I have with this is, like, on the side, you know how, okay, so, little bit of design talk. On the front, you can see how we have the natural dividing lines in between the windows and the door, and they're spread out relatively evenly. It's kind of like 2, 2, 3, 2, and then kind of like, if this grey concrete wouldn't be here, it would also be a 2, so it's in nice and balanced. However, on the sides we don't really have that unless we manufacture it. So like if we were to place, and you see it makes it difficult because these windows, so like even if we were to place like a couple of quartz here and then like say like a quartz here and like a quartz here, it's just split up in a weird way, you know? I mean, am I wrong? Am I right? I mean, does that look better? I don't know. So on the back, I mean, on the back I'd also want to use, and also, by the way, we're using quartz, but would it be better to use grey concrete instead to break up the materials? So, you know, options, I suppose. So here, so grey concrete works in the middle, and then, like, we've got a natural split in the wall here, and here, and here, and here, because there's an entrance there. And then that's uneven, and does it look weird? I will leave that up to you. And we have an actual split here, arguably here, but I'd rather have it here, and then with a window here as well. Does it look better? You decide. So we're going to fill the top of this in using smooth quartz block. Yeah, the whole thing, it doesn't matter. So, unless we're looking at the ceiling there, look, if we ever get to look at the top of this, it might look a little bit weird, but, you know, stop looking at the top of things. So, we'll just fill the top of this in. It might have, do you know what? It might have actually been better with grey concrete, but I'm committed now. So, we're gonna just use the smooth quartz. It probably would be better, or what would be better even, is adding some, like, smooth quartz, smooth stone in here instead. Might be a little bit better because of the contrast, but you know, whatever, I guess. So, on the front of the build, by the way, now that this is filled in, I'm already ahead of myself a little bit in my mind. So, on the front of the build, we have to add some rows of smooth quartz block. Now, the point of this is we want to add 4 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, extending outwards, yeah? However, on the sides, we want to add 2, 1, 2, and on the back, 2 as well, 1, 2, and also on this opposite side, 1, 2. Now, the purpose of this is that we want to extend this out, and we want to have this rather large, pretty decent looking overhang. And it's kind of going to put a finisher on the kind of like general design of Jollibee. So, that sounds... Does that sentence even make sense? I don't even know as I'm saying it. I'm just trying to... just trying to make sure that this is right. But yeah, it'll kind of like put like a nice little top on the finish of Jollibee. Like it'll just kind of put that nice little cherry on top of the cake. So like it looks alright like this, but I like it to have upside down quartz stairs in front of it, and it kind of shapes the roof a little bit also. So just all the way around like this, gives a nice little bit of shape to the roof. And then, as I mentioned, then pretty much that is the design. Like, that is the base design of the restaurant. Like, the outside, at the very least. Obviously, we've got details to add, but other than that, not looking too bad. So, let's add some smooth quartz, smooth stone. I've got to stop confusing this. So, I'm adding some smooth stone to Jollibee as well. It's obvious to me from the plans that I'm looking at that we have 2 rows on the right, but how many rows on the back? Well, we'll soon find out. I actually do think it's 2 on the back as well. There's not really too much detail back here, although there is a secondary, well, I guess it's an entrance or an exit, depending on how you look at it. We're going to add a bin back here, also known as a dumpster. And we're also going to just have just a way to get out. So, a couple of rows of smooth stone kind of like circling the build. Connects to the drive-through. We could even have the same, like, black and yellow concretes that we have everywhere else. Probably add a little bit of hedge everywhere else. We need to add a wall. So there's a wall, smooth quartz block on the left and right, and then 2 rows of smooth quartz at the back. So smooth quartz block on the left and right, 2 rows at the back just to raise the wall a little bit. I would make it so that... there's a gap in this wall here, so that we just have like a walkway, a pathway. And then we also have to make a gap in the wall here for the cars. So this is going to be 3 rows of grey concrete extending front to back, kind of like this. Here. Here. I'm going to say here every single time I finish here. And then we can simply just add grey concrete all in this gap. We also have to add a wall at the front, so just like this, if we come to the front here. Then on the front of the build, we want to have a little drive-in area. So, well, there's two actually. So I've got this one, and then there's a wall in front of Jollibee. And then there is a gap in this wall, 3 rows wide, where we have this black wall here, extend all the way to the boundary. Left and right, there we go, we've got a 3 block gap, and we want to extend forwards like this with the grey concrete here and here. We want to split this area up like this, and we want to add car parking spaces to the grass, grey concrete, this. And on the end of the car parking spaces, I also plan on adding some yellow carpet, I should say. So on the end of the car parking spaces, yellow carpet. We need to add leaves. And then we also want to split this area up as well. So this area wants to basically, like, we want to have 3 rows of grey concrete in front of Jollibee, like this. Extending from left to right, kind of just bridging the gap between like the drive-through and both of the, I guess both of the entrances, even the drive-through is still an entrance, like this. And then I just want to split this in half with a row of block of quartz like so. And then the block of quartz will have a row on the end here. And then we want to fill this grass area in using grey concrete. Like so. And we're just going to, well, yeah, we're just going to get this filled in with grey concrete, just like this. And then right in the middle here, we'll place some yellow carpets and then some hedge, like that. So this will look pretty much done at this point. There are a couple more details which we can add. So we will need leaves, spruce planks, oak trapdoor, spruce trapdoor, green concrete. And leaves are going to be added pretty much all around the back here on this grass. Like this. We also want to add leaves in between the car parking spaces, just here at the front. I want to have a little bin here next to the door, which is, I mean, quite simply, it's just a spruce block with a trapdoor on top of it. Might even look better with a stair, so like that, maybe? I don't know, looks okay. So, I guess it's a little bit more ambiguous. We could even place a sign in front of it, that might even do it. Where are the signs, ladies and gentlemen? I'm pretty sure they're here somewhere. There we go. You know when your muscle memory is like so in tune with something, and then they add a load of items, and then you just cannot get used to it. So yeah, something like that looks pretty good. I want to have a bin at the back, or a dumpster. This is just going to be like where this door is here. 1, 2, 3, like this, and then 1, 2, 3. Trapdoors on top, just a dumpster, easy peasy. Gonna head inside now, because that is the outside pretty much finito. So well, we do need a sign and stuff, but you know, like. So we need light grey terracotta. Actually, first of all, gonna get rid of those. Then we need light grey terracotta. We need some end rods because that'll provide a lot of light for us. We need red concrete. We need smooth quartz stair. And then we need like a bunch of stuff, but we'll start off with this. So let's see. You see, the thing is, like, we could also do with some smooth bricks. Some quartz bricks. That's what they're called. And we'll grab the black concrete as well, paintings, leather, and then again, we'll just kind of leave it at that. Like, we've got a lot of stuff to do, and I don't want to focus on too much at once. So let's do the little kitchen area. Where we have this drive-through window, directly to the left of this here is going to be a doorway, so let's just place a light grey terracotta here to signify the door. But above the door will be a red concrete. We want to make a 2-row thick wall, like this, and then extend this wall across by 1 row. And then an upside down smooth quartz stair. And then we want to have 2 more rows of red concrete like that. Maybe even 3. 3 rows of red concrete extending to the right like this. And then we're going to... Is this right? Or is this... No, that is right. Of course it is. So we then want to have... Actually, there's like a little gap here. It's tricky. So we're going to take this wall here as well, like at the back of the build here, now where we have this glass pane. We're going to place 1, 2, 3 red concrete. Extend these up. And then extend the top across like this. And join down. And then on the inside here, I want to form an interior wall like this. And then I want to knock out a little gap. So there we go. That's how it's done. So in front of this, so from this corner, 1, 2, 3 red concretes, and then send an entire row of upside down quartz stairs going to the right. And there we go. I mean, just like magic, we've kind of like laid this area out now. I want a couple of screens. This is going to be a couple of black concretes placed on the left and right with some, I'd actually prefer 1x1s like this to kind of look like food. There are some that look like more food, that like that's food to me, and then this one's very ambiguous, but I'm looking for the carrot because, there we go, perfect. And then on the inside here, I want to dig out all of this and replace it using quartz brick. Like this. So we're going to dig out the entire area of grass, replace it with quartz brick. I want it to be a little bit different than with the terracotta area, like this. And here as well. Like, I want the outside to be more terracotta. Like, I don't know, I just want the little areas to be a little bit more separated. And then on the inside here, I mean, it's very, very simple. We're just going to have an oven, which is a couple of blast furnace, polished blackstone pressure plates, blackstone stairs. And that's going to be just like back here. We can have just like 2 of them. The stairs here. And then pressure plates on top. Easy as that. We could even like chuck a couple of chests as well. Or maybe just 1 chest to kind of like just look a little bit better. We could even use like quartz slab and an item frame to kind of look like an order sort of, so like that could be like a little order thing, and then to have like a little bit of light back here, a lantern on top there would be good. And then I'm quite happy with that. We could even kind of like block this area in. I don't know whether that's even a good idea. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad, actually. We can have that area blocked in. Then we've got the drive-through there, of course. And then in the front here, I kind of want this to double as like a drinks machine. So I'm actually going to place a lever on the back of this. And we actually have a pot as well. So just a pot in front there. And then you can customize this by placing like an item frame on the left and right. And you can just place potions in there to look like drinks. So you could have that, yeah, just on the left and right like that. That's perfectly fine. Polished blackstone stairs here with a pressure plate would make just a decent till. And of course we can always have like a lantern on the corner's fine, and then like a pot or 2 just like this. It just looks like a little busy now, and that's fine. And then in this back room, I'd kind of just like a little stock room of some sort, really. Like, we actually don't have the materials for it, so other than a chest. So in this back room, okay, so in this back room, I'm just going to place like a little chest, and then there'll be a pressure plate here, and then maybe we can have like a little shelf area here. I don't know if that's going to get in the way, but we can do that, and then we can add maybe like chuck a painting here or something like on the back, like that. Just something to kind of like, just like a little stock fridge freezer. That's probably going to have to go to be honest, but. Yeah, I want to continue laying out the inside, and the next way that we're going to do that is over here. So there is also a bathroom in here, because I've started adding bathrooms to build. I don't even know why. So I think we're going to actually make the bathroom out of grey concrete. I initially made it out of quartz, but So, the bathroom wants to be... Let me see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 grey concrete extending out, join back to the wall, leave a gap here, and then place grey concrete extending upwards. And we just need to have enough room for a door, which is here, and then we're making the floor quartz bricks. Like this. And I might even chuck a lantern in here for light, just in the corner, but I'm not sure that we're going to need it. So, there we go, perfect. Let's replace the floor. So the floor is going to be made out of predominantly light grey terracotta. So we can rip up all this floor, place a load of light grey terracotta. We're going to place a little bit of... I'm not sure what the word... A little bit of the layout of the inside of the restaurant. But there's actually... So there's two things here. Like, we've got enough materials to make the majority of the inside. So that's pretty cool. But we don't have what we need for the finer details. So once we eventually do, like, get all this floor ripped up and... By the way, I think I might make this... No. Let's leave it as light grey glazed terracotta. I keep... In my head, I think that's the first time that I've said glazed terracotta. But in my head, I want to keep calling it like light grey glazed terracotta. It's not. It's simply just light grey terracotta. Completely unglazed. It's nothing like a donut. So, here, underneath the till, quartz... Why the brick... That annoyed me so much. I don't know why. I really thought it was smooth quartz. So, underneath the till, I'm thinking just smooth quartz. For the rest of this area, just the light grey terracotta. It's looking pretty decent. We've got a load of tables to place, a little bit of structure to make as well. But I've tried to keep this very simple, to be quite honest. Like, I just want this to be a nice, clean, uncluttered, modern restaurant. So, this is looking pretty good so far. The next thing that we're going to do is, I mentioned that there's like a little bit of layout. So if you come to the back and where we have this row of quartz here next to this door, I want to leave a gap of 1 and place a red concrete, gap of 2, 2 red concrete, gap of 1, red concrete. And these red concretes want to extend up and hit the ceiling. Then, in front of the entire till area, I'm going to dig this out and leave in a gap of 1 and place red concrete. I might even... No. I'll leave it like that. And then we want to grab terracotta, leaves, black stained glass pane. So the paint is on top of the red concrete. And then, actually, maybe... This has to be extended out a little bit more, my bad. So the red concrete here on the end, it's a 1 row pillar, gap of 2. 2 pillar, gap of 2, 1 pillar, if that makes sense. So that was a little bit uneven, but we want to place terracotta in between these and some oak leaves. And then we also want to place this little decoration as well, like next to the door we want to have a couple of terracottas. And then oak leaves on top like this. And then we need polished blackstone stairs, end rods, and then black carpet. And the carpets want to be placed here. Or rather, we want to have black stairs here with end rods in front of these. And then black carpet on top of the end rods. And then in the middle of this window here, we're going to have a couple of end rods. Blackstone stairs either side, and then black carpet. And then all the way over here, in front of these planters, we're just going to have another set of tables. And the tables, you might not like the design of the tables, maybe. And by the way, you could make them double wide as well if you wanted to. It completely, like if you don't mind have it taking up a little bit more space, like double wide tables are a nice little variant. And what I was saying, you might prefer a table that you can actually place stuff on, but the end rods basically mean that we don't need lights in here. So I think that that's a really, really good trade-off because the tables still look good as they are. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't even know what I said there. I think that we're at the point where we could probably do some more stuff, but it'd just be better to grab everything, just everything that we need all in one go. So I'm going to dump this out, and I'm going to grab the remaining materials. I'll be back in a second. Alright, I think I've got everything I need. So, I want to put a couple of doors in some places. So, first of all, I don't know why this one in particular bugs me. This one to the outside, I want to have just a door here. I also sort of want a door here as well, so like into kind of like the sort of like stock room and out of the stock room. I just want doors there. Inside here, the room, I want to have like a block of iron, oak trap door, a couple of blocks of iron over here, maybe all the way up to the ceiling actually. We'll destroy one of those slabs, but actually we'll destroy both slabs and then we'll just stick a... Is this room not big? I might have actually accidentally made this room a little bit too big, but I'll tell you what we can do is instead of having it facing this way, we can stick an iron bar just here on the side, or better yet, a couple of tripwire hooks, and that'll be perfect. That's perfectly fine. We could even have, if we get rid of the door, we could even chuck like a little lantern in here just to keep things a little bit bright, but this is perfect, just a nice little room. I want to come over to the bathroom, and speaking of... don't need iron bars anymore. Speaking of doors, I want one on the bathroom here. And then inside of the bathroom, as I frantically search my plans for what I did inside here. Okay. So inside here, in the corner, I want a toilet that's an upside down smooth quartz stairs, oak trapdoor on top. Left of it, light grey concrete. I'm going to chuck a lantern on top there, remove this one in the corner. Cauldron next to it, tripwire hook above it. And then just a couple of light grey concretes here. Pressure plate here. Maybe a couple of smooth quartz stairs, kind of just looks like a drying apparatus. And there you go, it's as easy as that. If you want to, you could even have like the toilet in the corner here, and then you could have like, you could extend this little like have a little more shelf here. But I think that this is pretty good. I'm quite happy with this. You could even, if you wanted to, like change the shape of the room a little bit as well to make it a little bit more interesting. There's a few things you can do. So... everywhere else on the inside, done. Finito. I am remembering that on the back, I did actually have end rods here and here to kind of make it look as though you can open the doors. I'm actually not too fussed about this detail. So, and also what I don't like is I'd prefer these to be terracotta. So I'm not too fussed about that detail. Feel free to add it if you like. But now it's time to come to the front. And we have to make the dreaded sign. But there's also something else that we've got to do that I completely forgot about too. So we need polished black stone wall, red concrete, and this is actually an optional extra, but I had it on the original. Where we have the row of black stone wall here on the right, I want to continue extending it up through the ceiling. That's not right, it's one row back. Extending it up through the ceiling here, a couple of wall on top of each other. Red concrete on top, 2 red concrete on top, and I extend left and right, and I'm going to put like a J and a B here to be like Jollibee. So I'm going to have the actual proper sign here hanging off the front, and then like a little JB up there, just as a bit of extra detail. Anyway, loom, grey banners, white dye, let's do this. So the loom's down, first banner's in there, got to make... just threw the banners away. We've got to make J. So that's a vertical row of white on the right, horizontal across the bottom, J. Let's grab those back. So the next banner, you guys know how I feel about banners, right? So the next banner is going to be an O. So we can pretty much just keep the white dye in there. So O, horizontal at the bottom, top, vertical, right, vertical, left. Next is L, so vertical on the left, horizontal across the bottom, perfect. We need another L, but we don't really, you know. We can just, if you need to make another one, but we'll just reuse one. An I, that is just a vertical row of white straight in the middle. Next letter is B, one of the hard letters, so horizontal across the top, bottom, through the middle, vertical on the right, vertical on the left, boom, B, easy peasy. Next is E, so another big letter, so vertical on the left, horizontal through every single which way, top, bottom, middle, boom. So now we have almost sort of Jollibee. So the lettering for Jollibee actually starts directly to the right of like where the Blackstone Wall is. Jollibee. Perfect. So that's where I like the lettering to start. You could even start it like, actually, my bad. So actually, it's one row to the right of that. And then it's centered, my bad. So it's actually, I hope you can re-grab those banners. So we'll leave a gap of one, Jollibee, perfect. And then it's right in the middle, my bad. So it's between this window and this window here. That looks perfect. And then if you like, completely optional, JB, there you go. Not Justin Bieber, Jollibee. And there you go, there it is. That's the build, ladies and gentlemen. We've done it! So this is what your modern Jollibee will look like once it has been 100% fully completed. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this tutorial. If you have, please remember to hit that like button. It helps me out very, very much. If you're new here, subscribe to the channel. Click that little bell next to the subscription button. That will ensure that you get all my videos sent directly to your sub box. If you want to make anything else by me, check out the card system, the description below, the top of the comment section. For more, we have loads and loads of different builds on offer. And, well, I guess that's sort of it. The City Builds playlist, the Quick Builds playlist, whatever you're into. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye!